In this episode, we're going to talk about something everyone forgets, even me. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? My name is Michael Sahno, and welcome to the Sea and Land Fitness Podcast. This podcast is brought to you by, of course, Sea and Land Fitness, your one-stop shop for everything military endurance. And just a quick note, we just got our brand new Sea and Land Fitness bumper stickers in, so I will talk more about that after. But in the intro, I said we are going to talk about the one thing that everyone forgets, even me. And that is, are you ready for it? Appreciation. So, what do I mean by that? Do I just mean general appreciation? Yeah, basically. I mean, appreciating the little things, okay? Appreciating the tiniest moments in your life, even the bad ones, because even they bring lessons. Even they bring education. So I'm going to have a sip of my coffee real quick. Peter Madeira, this is for you. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I have a thing called an essential tremor. Okay. So an essential tremor is also called a kinetic tremor. And basically what that is my hand shakes. Don't know where it came from. It showed up in my body after I got out of the Army. So I kind of think that it might have something to do with some of my service. I don't know what though, so I can't pinpoint it. But what it does is it makes things difficult. It makes drinking my cup of coffee difficult because I'll show you right now. If you're watching on YouTube, I have to brace my cup with my left hand because my right hand will just start shaking. Not not a ton, but enough that when I'm drinking something with a straw, the straw kind of dances. So, why am I bringing this up? Because it could be worse. It could be a ton worse. I could have no use of my hand. I could be have the shakes so bad that I can't even drive. I could any number of things I could. But I don't. So I appreciate and I say prayers before I go to bed. I'm not getting religious, but what I do is I thank God for everything, and I appreciate everything. And the way I look at it is it could be worse. So I see the level of my tremor as a blessing. All right. So I know that sounds ridiculous, but I do. I see it as a blessing. I see it as something I should appreciate because things could always, and if left unchecked, will get worse. So I'm having a couple of things go on in my life that are kicking my ass, so to speak. One of them is, and for those of you who've been listening for a little while, one of them is my weight and my pushing myself to go do the videos. I keep talking about I got these great videos that are going to come up, but I'm embarrassed that I put on a little bit of weight, and I'm nervous about filming myself and um, having that be a record of who I am at this point in my life. But well, before I go into and a couple of things have come up that have made it difficult for me to do that. And a couple of those things are of my own making. I'm going to have another sip of coffee. Hold on. For those of you who don't know, once you start talking, like this on a podcast, your voice gets really hoarse. It's why comedians drink water on stage, and it's a lifesaver. So that's why I drink coffee so much. Or you'll hear a pause. I like to tell you guys, for those of you who are listening, not watching, so you don't think I just like fell off a cliff. But so one of the biggest keys that I've noticed in my behavior is deflection. I look for something to do instead of what I need to do. Something productive. I'm not, trying to lose weight and eating a bag of chips. No, I'm not engaging in destructive behavior. But I'm engaging in what I would call deviatory behavior. I'm deviating from what I should be doing. Not deviant behavior, which is something else entirely. So, but I do deviate. So one of the things that I do, you guys know, I love fitness. I love research. I love finding this stuff out. I love looking at the science for why things happen. And I try to simplify it for you, not dumb it down, but simplify it for you. So when you're looking at it, it's not all this lingo, researcher lingo, scientist lingo, so that you're like, I have no idea what that guy said. And since I love this stuff, I have been looking at programs, doctoral programs, within my field. I was just looking at a neuroscience doctorate at the well, it doesn't matter where. I was looking for a neuroscience doctorate because I thought, based on some of the stuff, behavior and, mental modeling and how the brain interfaces with the body, that stuff really fascinates me. So I was looking into trying to maybe get a doctorate in that. And I even went so far as to talk to one of my business partners, a mentor of mine, as to whether or not he would give me a recommendation. And he went, yeah, I'll do that. That's what you want. I'll do that. And as soon as I got off the call, I was like, oh crap, I'm doing it again. Because I was beat up, because I wasn't appreciating the difficulty of the process. And sometimes the process is very difficult. And sometimes it's not that we get setbacks, it's that the road is more difficult than we planned for. And I needed to appreciate that and accept that. And I wasn't doing that. I was looking for a way out, maybe. And a way out would, I think, even though it's awesome to have a doctorate, and I would be, no, that's Dr. Michael Sahno. Um, it's not where I need to be right now. It's not what I need to be doing right now. It would take me away from this podcast. It would take me away from what I'm doing. I need to be thinking about this stuff all the time. I need to be disciplined. I need to be motivated. But motivation, in my opinion, based on some of the stuff that I've read and heard, motivation only gets you so far, but discipline can take you over the line. So I need to be more disciplined. But I also realized as I was going through this little mini crisis that I wasn't being appreciative of all the things that I was getting, of all the things that I was doing. So behind me, you'll see a backpack. If you're watching this, that backpack's from 511. I have another backpack that I literally just got in the mail from 511 from Sophia, who does a lot of interaction with the athletes and the individuals who are sponsored by 511. I have a little mini sponsorship with 511. Would I have that going to pursue my doctorate? Maybe, but most likely that would dissipate and disappear, and I wouldn't have that anymore. And I needed to appreciate that. I needed to appreciate the fact that somebody gave me something of value under obligation. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's work because I have to take that out with me and I have to do some social media with that and I have to talk to you guys about 511, be kind of a 511 shill, which I have no problem doing. More coffee, sorry. But I also need to appreciate the fact that somebody believes in me. Somebody believes in what I'm doing. And that is when you'll get through those dark times. That's when you'll get through the times when you say, I haven't had any sales. Nobody's been watching my podcast. I don't have any clients. But a bunch of really amazing things have happened that have been not a punch in the gut, but a revelation, so to speak. And one of those major events has been my getting off my ass and going over to West Point every Tuesday. So for those of you who don't know, I go to West Point. I live across the river from the U.S. Military Academy, West Point, in the Hudson Valley in New York. I go there every Tuesday, and I go to the cadet range, which is called the Transrue Marksmanship Center, named after an academy graduate, and I shoot. And because of that, I met an amazing man who gave me an opportunity to purchase one of the pistols, an M17, that the combat marksmanship team uses. Wow. A piece of history for not only myself, but for my son. And it's such an honor to have something like that. And the amount of appreciation that I had for that started making me realize I wasn't being appreciative of the other things that I have. I wasn't being appreciative of 511 as much as I should have. I wasn't being as appreciative. Again, I am who I am. So if you don't appreciate what I have to say right now, I'm sorry, but appreciative of God for putting me on this earth and letting my lungs fill and exhale, and for making my heart beat, and to my mother who brought me into this world, and for all of the amazing things that I get to do. I live across the river from a place called Bull Hill, which is a New York State park, wilderness area. I get to hike there every other day, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Those are my hiking days. Those are my rucking days. I get to do that in an amazing area. Which is funny because the appreciation thing, since I keyed myself into that, has caused me to do something really interesting. So I'll go out with my headphones on, and yes, I love Pitbull, so I'll be listening to some Pitbull music. I listen to reggaeton, Spanish music. That's me. Sorry. That's who you get, bro. But I'll go to my end point, halfway point, listening to music and then take the headphones off and walk back and just absorb everything and appreciate the fact that I get to do that when I want. I get to come out here and talk to you guys every 2 weeks. I get to express my creativity and make cool stuff. I get to purchase the things I need for this show because of an amazing, amazing wife. Because the United States has decided that my claim with the Veterans Administration was valid. I'm a disabled veteran. I see so many disabled veterans who are crushed by their disability. I choose not to be because I just appreciate the fact that I got to be in the military, in the Navy and the Army. Excuse me. I just appreciate it all. And because I appreciate it, when times get hard, I just put one foot in front of the other. I keep on trucking, one foot in front of the other. And it's actually kind of funny. So there's this one spot that I go to. It's called Undercliff, but years ago, I think I told this story. I call it Bob's Cliff because a Christmas Eve, it was snowing, and I took my son when he was, 7 years old, 6 years old, up the cliff. We went up there in a winter storm. He had a blast. We were gone quite a while too, and my wife was like a little nervous, gonna call, you know, the police, state police, because she didn't. It was really snowing. It was basically a blizzard, but we were having fun. We were in the snow and we were walking on the trail. We were fine. But I go up there. That's one of 3 routes that I take. That's my Wednesday. And I go up there, and if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see my morning motivations. That's where I film a couple of them. And I just love being up there. But to get up there, you have to go up a trail that's like this. And I know the route. So I put my head down, look at the rocks in the trail that are about a foot or two in front of me, and I just motor myself up there. I keep putting one foot in front of the other. So when I get up there, it's an amazing, amazing view. You see the valley that we live in that empties right into the Hudson River, and it's phenomenal. But as much as I appreciate that view, I also appreciate the hike up there for what it does to me and for how it makes me feel after. So that's what I want you guys to think about. Appreciate the journey. Someone said something awesome once. You only get to be a beginner once. And that is such a dynamic time. But I have a little key that goes in with that. So you may only get to be a beginner once and experience that newness, for one thing. But if you push yourself to be a student all the time, you'll always be in that state. You'll always be in that wow kind of state. So the hike I took up to Bob's Cliff years ago, over 10 years ago, is a totally different hike than it is now. I'm older. The trail's been worn a little bit. I appreciate the opportunity and the blessings that have been given to me. I hope that I hope you got out of that what I was trying to convey. That no matter how bad it gets, and I know it can get bad. I know it can get bad on a ton of levels. I know that there are people out there who are listening to this that maybe are suffering in their family, are suffering in their own skin, are suffering because they've made some poor choices. Remember, everything that you're going through now or went through was an opportunity for you to be given some information, to be given a lesson that will make you a more dynamic and hard-charging individual, male or female, young or old. And just appreciate the hard times. Appreciate the good times. But appreciate them both equally. Oh my gosh, I sound like a guru. I need another sip of coffee. Holy crap. I need a freaking shot after this, man. So that's pretty much that was like old man wisdom. What the crap? But yeah, that's all I really got for you guys. As I learn lessons, I want to give those lessons to you, and those lessons will help you out as you try to navigate whatever goals that you're trying to attain. So appreciation is a big one. Appreciation will help make the hard times not seem as hard. Maybe not immediately, but over time, they definitely will. All right, so as I said, this podcast was brought to you by Sea and Land Fitness. I got to get these up. I just ordered these. These are outdoor stickers, and it is fitness plus a hang loose attitude equals Sea and Land Fitness. So that's I've been doing this since holy cow, I have no idea where I picked that up. I've been doing that since I was probably in high school or something. But that's hard work and a kind of stress-free attitude. That's what I'm going for. That equals Sea and Land Fitness. So I'm gonna get those up on the website. I think they're gonna be $5, and there'll be some shipping. I can't get around that. But yeah, they'll be $5. You can also check out the hats. We've got these trucker hats. We've got the fitness hats. Try pointing into a camera. It is like such a pain. Trucker multicam hat. But we've got all this stuff. We've got some shirts. We've also got Garmin watches. And pretty soon we're gonna have those programs. I'm gonna in the next couple of weeks bang out a couple of videos for I think the free program. So be on the lookout for that. And that's all I got for you. All right, later, honey badgers. Out.